What happens when diplomacy meets discord? When world leaders clash in the Oval Office, where do the pieces fall? Let's dive into the recent events that have shaken the international political stage. Our story begins in the Oval Office. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy and US President Donald Trump are in the midst of a confrontation. What sparked this clash? A foreign policy analyst suggests it might have been premeditated, but the details remain unclear. In the aftermath, Zelenskyy finds himself crossing the Atlantic, landing in London for a meeting with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. The two discuss security guarantees to end the war in Ukraine and deter Russian aggression. Zelenskyy expresses his gratitude for the UK's support and highlights a partnership agreement signed earlier this year. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron steps in, reaching out to both Zelenskyy and Trump after their Oval Office showdown. Back in London, Zelenskyy is also scheduled to meet King Charles and attend a summit with European leaders. But it's not all smooth sailing. Former Ukrainian Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk warns that the spat between Zelenskyy and Trump benefits none other than Russian President Vladimir Putin and calls for unity to counter autocracies. Across Europe, leaders are gathering to discuss supporting Ukraine and ramping up defense cooperation amid concerns about US support. While Zelenskyy finds backing from Macron and European Union leaders, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban throws his support behind Trump. To wrap up, let's revisit the key events. We started with a clash in the Oval Office between Zelenskyy and Trump. This led to Zelenskyy's meeting with Starmer in London, where they discussed ending the war in Ukraine and deterring Russian aggression. Amidst all this, Macron reached out to both leaders, and a summit with European leaders is on the horizon for Zelenskyy. But the landscape remains fraught with tension. As the world watches, the question remains: can Zelenskyy mend his relationship with Trump for the sake of securing peace in Ukraine? NATO Chief Mark Rutte certainly hopes so. Stay tuned as this political drama continues to unfold.